Wow, that sure was a crazy and thrilling adventure. I'm glad we all made it out alive.
Yeah, I was really worried there for a second, especially when me and Wade got turned into guinea pigs.
What? I don't remember that happening.
Oh man, if only there was a conveniently placed flashback telling everyone what happened in the previous part of this story.
The ice cream!
Oh, also he can electrocute people with the power of a lightning bolt using nothing but his bare hands. But more on that later.
The treacherous trio.
Taylor, Michael, and Austin go to a party where they create the Electro Clan. This is like their little club for people with superpowers or whatever. Mrs. Vey has like been in captivity this whole time. Yeah, the Elgen kidnapped her and I just kind of forgot about her.
That's why your shoes raggedy. That's why your mama dead. Dead as hell.
Hatch only has one plan left. The Second Amendment, baby! I kid you not. Hatch pulls out a gun and shoots Michael in the face. The end. Today's battle may have been won, but Hatch is still out there. Michael and the Electro Clan ready themselves and set out to save Mrs. Vey.
How are you? Fine, thank you.
Oh my god!
The Electro Clan is driving back to Idaho with the objective of getting to a powerful computer. Once they get to the computer, Grace can finally upload all her data on the Elgen, which would reveal where Michael's mom is being held captive. Finally, the group arrives back in Idaho, and Ian spots a man watching them from the window. I just like to read this extremely dramatic quote from Ian real quick. I don't think he's seen us yet. He's sitting at the table, eating a sandwich. But he's almost finished! They make their way up to where the man is spying on them from. Taylor knocks on the door and pretends to be a Girl Scout.
禁断の魔法攻撃、薄ミントによる死。
It works perfectly with no flaws whatsoever, and they get inside the apartment. Inside, they see that this was just one of several Elgin goons in the area, with the others being inside Austin's apartment. The group flees the area with Austin's parents nowhere to be seen. They need a place to hide, so they head to Jack's house. Haha, just kidding. They go to Jack's sister's tanning salon, where a mysterious woman hands Michael a phone.
The Elgin know where you are. You need to drive to this address and abandon your vehicles. There are other electric children with powers far beyond the others. The Elgin are rising.
At the address, there are two cars waiting for the crew. They drive to a safe house equipped with a powerful computer. Grace begins to upload her data, which is unpleasant. In the data is a video of Hatch on the news talking about how the Elgin are going to provide the world with a clean, cheap, and renewable source of energy. By controlling the world's energy, he controls the world's economy. Classic villain stuff. In the files are messages sent between Dr. Hatch and a chairman with mentions of something called ER21 and ER22. Dearest Chairman, I regret to inform you that ER21 temporarily broke free of containment. This unfortunate outbreak was swiftly resolved without further issues arising. Where are my dang-gun rats, Hatch? As mentioned in my previous note, all of ER21 has been recaptured or is deceased in the wilds. This shall not be a reoccurring problem, my wealthy friend. But if the rats got out, ain't the rats gonna fuck? Good Chairman, please do read the content of my writings before questioning further. ER21 is incapable of propagating in any environment other than the one we carefully crafted. Furthermore, the next phase, ER22, has been massively altered to contain a 92% iodine deficiency. Simply put, it will perish in an outside environment. Well, okay then. I'm gonna go bang my wife now. Here's $2 billion. Dude, what the fuck were those accents? How did it just get worse? So, ER stands for Electric Rat, and it's how Hatch and the Elgin are powering their new Star Source plants. These plants, fueled by rats, are how Hatch plans to control the world's power. Right after the discovery, gas grenades break through the window and Elgin guards swarm the room. They shoot everyone with darts that neutralize electricity, just like Nichelle used to. The leader wears a purple uniform and loads everyone into a truck. Using a new device called a reset, it's taser backwards because it does the opposite of a taser and it like sucks out electricity instead of applying it. Clever. Nice one, Hatch. Using these devices, they're able to keep Michael down, but they don't put one on McKenna, who heats up her arms and melts through her restraints, then frees Jack. They escape the Elgin and call in backup. Mitchell. Remember this guy? Anyways, he's back now, and the group is hiding out at his house. And he's just a smaller Jack because I never thought he would be important, and here we are, and now I feel dumb. The group is explaining the situation to Mitchell when suddenly...
Pizza time.
Inside one of the boxes is another phone, just like earlier.
Congratulations on escaping the Elgen. I must apologize for their interception. I underestimated Hatch. He is truly a fearsome opponent. The people funding this book are telling me you need to use your powers some more, so like go electrocute somebody or something. Say there's a tracking chip in Jack and Wade's arms since they were Elgin prisoners in the last book. Yeah, that's some good shit. The readers will love that. Alright, get to work, yo boy, my rent is due.
Michael basically fries their chips from the outside, meaning the Elgin can no longer track them. The Elgin show up posing as Homeland Security and ask to enter to check for radiation using devices that will pick up irregular electronic waves. Mitchell manages to bluff and gets them to leave.
Top of the morning to you laddies, my name is Jacksepticeye, welcome to Happy Wheels! Yeah, I finally got around to playing it. I have never once played Happy Wheels before in my life. Ever. Seriously, I've never played it. I've never even tried to play it. But I have seen a lot of videos of it, and I know what kind of game it is, and I know what it's all about. But this is a game that I've wanted to play for a while.
Grace finishes uploading her data, and Austin sorts through it overnight. By the morning, he's found Michael's mother. She's being held in a Star Source plant in Peru. How the fuck are we gonna get to Peru?
If you give us grace, we can get you there.
Good business. In the meantime, everybody starts practicing with their powers. Michael discovers that he can pull things in or push things out using magnetism. He's basically a Jedi at this point. Everybody else does stuff too, but this is the important one. Michael also discovers that he can create a ball of lightning. After becoming Goku, this ends part 1. Part 2 starts on a super yacht in Rome. Hatch is on his evil shit again with Tara and Torsten. Torsten has been on an assignment in Peru for the past year. His powers are to basically be a microwave. He can heat up spaces to fatal levels in less than a minute. Hatch goes to a meeting with the Elgin board. A lot of politics happen here, so the short of it is that the board votes to discontinue the Electric Children program in favor of the Star Source program. This means Hatch has to send the children back into regular society and give back Mrs. Vey. Of course, the big bad of this series won't give up that easily. Hatch takes the Electric Children to Peru, where he gives them a speech about fighting the Elgin. I haven't talked too much about Hatch and his electric goobers, so quick run through of everybody. Quentin is an EMP. Tara has the emotions and all that nonsense we talked about last time. Brian is basically able to cut through things with heat. Kylie is a magnet. Torsten's a microwave. And Tanner can interfere with plane signals and make them crash. So Tanner tries to use his power to crash this plane, but he doesn't succeed. Hatch and the children arrive in Peru base, and millions of electrified rats run around in a big bowl that collects their power. After touring the rest of the plant, Hatch takes Tara to go see Mrs. Vey. Hatch flexes that he's like super cool and evil and smart, and he's gonna take over the world and be so awesome. And Mrs. Vey is just like, okay. And in traditional fashion, Tara tortures somebody until they pass out. 2,000 new soldiers arrive at the plant and are immediately sent to a lecture with Hatch. Hatch tells the guards that they must choose: join the Elgin and fight until their dying breath, or be fed alive to the rats. If the guards mess up even once, they will be fed to the rats. If they don't obey Hatch's every word, they will be fed to the rats. If they don't pee-pee during poo-poo time, they will be... Are you getting the foreshadowing yet? Is it setting in that like feeding people to the rats is important, and somebody from the main cast perhaps will be fed to the rats at some point? Like, does that make sense? Anyways, this is the end of part 2. The Electro Clan land and start to march through the jungle. They're led by a man working with the voice, and he has a boat that can take them up the river to the Elgen base. He says that once the group has secured Mrs. Vey, they can be picked up nearby with a helicopter. Now for the hard part. How do you break into the most secure Elgen power plant in the world? The Star Source plant is surrounded by a sturdy electric fence that doubles as a ranch area used to raise the bulls that feed the rats. The plan is simple. Get a bull to charge into the fence and break it.
This is for Rachel, you big, fat, white, nasty, smelling, fat bitch. Why you took me off the motherfucking schedule with your trifling, dirty, white, racist ass, you big, fat bitch, oompa loompa body ass bitch. I'm coming up there and I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you, bitch. And don't even call the police today because I'm gonna come up there unexpected and wait on your motherfucking ass, bitch. I'm coming to beat the fuck out of you, bitch.
The bull rams into the fence and breaks it. A repair crew comes out to fix it, so the group attacks them and steals their uniforms to sneak in. One of the ranchers is persuaded to help. He suggests going to an uncapped pipe nearby that the Elgen employees use to sneak into town. He takes Michael, Ian, Austin, and Jack there. While they're looking for Mrs. Vey, they find Tanner locked in a cell. They take off his reset, and holy shit, he's real! They finally find Mrs. Vey and free her. Aww, happy moment. They reunite with the group only for Hatch to trap them. He offers one last chance for surrender, before unleashing the rat. They're overwhelmed by the rats, but manage to get to high ground by climbing some water pipes. Hold on. Context for what's about to happen. I don't think I mentioned it in the first video, but Zeus can't touch water or he shocks himself. This is why he's stinky too. He can't take showers. When all hope seems lost, Zeus blasts the water pipes above them. The rats short circuit in the water and basically electrocute themselves, but some of the water hits Zeus as well. Jack pulls him out of the rats, just barely alive. The group starts to head for the escape pipe, but there's like 50 pages left in the book, so don't get too excited yet. As everyone is crawling and escaping through the pipe, Michael realizes that the guards are too close. Not everybody is going to make it. He decides to stay behind and create a distraction. Gentlemen, your attention please. Prepare to be amazed. Gentlemen, step right up and pick a card. Now, gentlemen, watch and be amazed as I make your card appear. Oh. Michael is tied down with a reset on his chest. Hatch tells him that he's going to make an example out of him and feed him to the rats. If he just reveals where his friends went, all of this can be avoided. Outside, Austin has created a plan. Without a constant water supply, the plant will melt down due to how much electricity the rats generate. They rest up before taking action, giving Jack and Zeus a chance to talk. Why are you being so nice to me? I shocked you twice. Yeah, but what did I call you? Lightning stink? I deserve to get shocked. I'm serious. Abby told me what you did back in the compound. How you ran through the rats to save me. Not something I'd like to do again. Zeus just looked at him. Really? Why'd you do it? Jack didn't answer immediately, though his expression turned more serious. When he spoke, his voice was low and sincere. We may have our differences, or maybe there really are similarities. But anyone who's willing to sacrifice his life for his friends is a true hero. I'd award you the Medal of Honor if I could. For a moment, Zeus was speechless, even though there's like a paragraph of text talking about this weird love triangle going on between Jack, Abigail, and Zeus. But I'm not interested in that, so I'm just going to skip that part. I'm just saying, I owe you. No, you don't. But I'd be proud to be your friend. Me too. Once again, Michael refuses to join the Elgen, and Hatch sends him to the rats. He's loaded into a large chute and begins sliding down. As he's coming down, Michael begins to absorb the electricity from the rats. He becomes so electric that the rats just die from being near him. With all this electricity comes a lot of heat. Michael basically starts to overheat the bowl and jumps onto the side, sticking with magnetism. Then the power goes out. Outside, the Electro Clan have been cranking 90s on the power grid and basically blew out the entire plant's power. Michael takes his chance to escape and goes through the pipe. Michael runs through the jungle until he's stopped by the tribe that lives in the jungle. They take Michael to their village where he gets to meet their leader. He tells Michael that he's not going home anytime soon and that this war has just begun. Do you know how hard it is to keep a straight face and record these lines without laughing while you're looking at this?